Welcome back to the Bible Reading Project.
Oh,
Today is Tuesday, and it's actually Tuesday all day long today, and we're hoping to inspire you to read your Bible today. Zero excuse. We're reading Matthew chapter 12.
Matthew chapter 12.
Oh, Milo.
Oh, Milo. He's our mascot all week long.
Yeah.
We found out yesterday he's our favorite fan. We talked to
Yes.
him yesterday with his dad.
Right.
Down at the bottom. Ladies, this guy right here, Crazy Faith Ryan. Crazy Faith Ryan has said we're going to raise how much for Milo?
$500.
$500 for Milo's Christmas. Just not because he needs it.
Right.
His daddy has a job, maybe. I don't know. He's like in ministry, so he probably doesn't work.
Right.
So I said, how much you want to give Milo? I'm thinking 100, not Leon, the Lion King giver.
Right.
Man, you just puffed your mane up and you're like, let's give him $500. Do you know what my heart would do? If we could get Milo $500 on him, because here, the boy reads his Bible every day, zero excuse.
Yeah.
And he watches the Bible reading show, and we're his favorite fans. Uncle Ryan.
Right.
Right there. And you're not even kin to him.
Nope.
And he's Milo. Look at him giving a little thumb up there in his little panda shirt. So we want to just raise in some Christmas funds. And we want him to just do whatever he wants for Christmas. He could buy me some shoes. Whatever you want. Now, yesterday, I gave him some. How much you want to give him today?
I'm going to give him $50.
You're giving him $50.
Yeah.
Holy smoke, we're almost there now.
Yeah.
Because I gave him 50. So if you're out there, look, you don't have to think 50. You may not be rich like Ryan. He's just oozing in the funds. But we want you to give. Joey's going on a honeymoon, has no money. You know how I know he has no money?
How's that?
A week before the honeymoon. You know what his wife-to-be tells him? You ready? Buckle up. I want you to get ready to be married. Do you know what she told him? A week before they leave.
What's that?
We need new tires on the car.
Ooh.
Yeah, that stings.
The all new
Like,
tires.
I'm not planning on tires.
I'm planning on honeymooning.
I'm honeymooning. No, she dropped the bomb that they got to buy tires.
Did you say back to her, Joey? We don't have to drive the car on the honeymoon.
Yeah. We ain't going, We're taking Uber.
Right.
Right? So even Joey's going to give. He might give $1, but we don't care. You can give $1. You can give $5. You can give 100.
Right.
We're just going to bless this little kid. Matthew chapter 12 all week long. Let's jump right into it. Here we go. And I think it's going to be really, really good. So we bump it's 50 verses long. So we want you reading it every day.
Yeah.
We want people to read it every day, but sometimes when you read it, you just kind of get lost. But this is what I want to jump in. First off, verse 1, Matthew chapter 12. Read a few verses and then we'll get it. At about that time, Jesus was walking through some grain fields on the Sabbath, and his disciples were hungry, and they began breaking off breads of grain. But some Pharisees saw it and protested. And then they say, and here's the first thought, you're breaking the law.
Yeah.
We don't care if you're helping people. Right. We don't care if people are hungry. You got to do it our way or the highway, and our rules or no rules at all.
Yeah.
All right. So Jesus comes in, verse 9. He goes over to a synagogue. He notices a guy with a deformed hand. The Pharisees asked, does the law permit a person to work by healing on the Sabbath? They were hoping he'd say yes because they're ticked at him. Verse 11. Jesus said, well, if a sheep fell into a well, wouldn't you work to pull it out? And then he says this, of course you would. How much more valuable is a person than a sheep? Yes, the law permits a person to do good on the Sabbath. Verse 13, he said, hold your hand out. The man holds his hand out, restores it. And verse 14 is so funny. And they try to figure out how to kill him. So let's just start here. How do you think that we've lost valuing people for who they are versus what they can do for us, right? So I don't want you healing these people. They don't need to be eating. We have rules. You need to follow the rules, even though they were hungry.
Yeah.
Right? We have rules. We don't care if you're hurting. We don't care if your hand's bad. You better follow our rules.
Right.
So you have religion that has so many rules, but lives are not changing.
Yeah.
So it would make you wonder, like people go to church every single week, but when you ask the real hard question, but is your life changing? Mm-hmm. So you go to church, but you're still addicted. You're still hooked on porn. You're still cussing. You're still whatever, right? Mm-hmm. So just give me your perspective on, have we gone wrong with it? That we care more about don't drink, don't smoke, don't chew, don't hang around those that do. I mean, that used to be. I don't think people even care anymore, right? Do you. But even with you do you, if we're not careful, what Jesus is teaching us is that he cares about the value of a soul because he wants the soul to change. Mm-hmm. Talk about that. About how we we have to go after the soul changing versus just doing religion, man. Read your Bible. Okay, so I read my Bible every day, but nothing's changing.
Yeah, right.
I'm still the way I am. I go to church, but nothing's changing. So where have we gone wrong? What are we doing that we should change? Maybe from your perspective. You've been in youth ministry a long time. You see kids that may come and you wonder, do they change? Have they changed? Well, Jesus starts bumping in. And he's bumping into people that are doing stuff, but nobody's life is changing. And he steps in and goes, let's talk about, you're doing this every day, but nobody's changing.
Yeah.
You're walking right over hurting people. And I've come in to balance this equation with changing hearts and souls. And
I think it's because we're not willing to lay down our own life. Like even in the church and with religious people, that we want to keep both alive. You know, when Jesus said, and, you know, we read it a couple of weeks ago in Matthew chapter 10, he said, if you love me, or if you love your mother and father more than me, then you're not worthy of being mine. If you love your son or your daughter more than me, you're not worthy of being mine. And if you, if you don't lose your life for my sake, then, you're not worthy. And so you have to lose your life. You have to
explain that.
I guess what he means by that is losing your desires, your will, your plans, your, what you want to do, what I want to do. In other words, I have to kill my pride, and it's not all about Ryan. And so then it becomes all about Jesus. And I think that's, why we become religious. We even, code it, well, don't smoke, don't chew, don't drink, whatever. Even that is coded in because not because I don't care about your soul, it's because it's going to reflect poorly on me.
Sure.
If you come to this church and do that, it's going to reflect poorly on me in our social club. Versus when I lose my life, my agenda, my plan, my desires, and I lay those down, then so that Jesus can be glorified, then that causes me to be changed from the inside out. And so when that happens, now it's not really so much about what somebody else can do for me. It's what can I do for them?
All right. So I got a question. You've been in ministry how long?
Yeah, for a long time. I don't know how many years.
Well, quite not two.
Yeah.
Right. You've been around a while.
Yeah.
I've been around a while. Why do you think we're so busy in ministry, but lives aren't changing? But mine, we're busy.
Yeah.
Man, we're here every day. We're setting up chairs. We're working hard. We're doing. And then you look out and go, we sure are. I feel like we're more busy than we're actually seeing results.
Yeah.
Just busy. Almost like our busyness is what gives us value.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm real busy.
Right.
Oh, I'm going all the time. I'm here every night of the week. And what I've really started measuring is, great, you're busy, but are lives changing?
Yeah. Right.
And the difference between being busy for God and then asking the hard question, because on a Sunday you go home and go, oh, I'm just so tired. Oh, it was a good day though.
Right.
Man, music was good. There were a lot of butts in the seat. Right. Offerings were good.
Yeah.
Right. Like busy, tired, worn out, hardest day of the week, And then what I started doing is asking myself, okay, so after I'm done and after I'm tired and my feet hurt and my throat hurts and we've been here all day long, you get here super early on a Sunday, we get out super late, 2:00 more. You come back, we do it again and again, week after week. You start asking yourself, okay, great, but for what?
Yeah, right.
What's the win? And I think this chapter teaches us that in the middle of an evil generation, the win is that a soul is changing.
Right.
A bunch of effort from the Pharisees,
right?
But no hearts are changing.
Right.
A bunch of criticism from people, but nobody's changing.
Yeah.
A bunch of this is always how we've done it, but nobody's changing. And I believe this whole chapter is Jesus stepping into a system where evil is rampant and teaching us that you can be real busy and you can be doing a lot of good stuff. But if it's not changing hearts, I think we're wasting our time.
That's good.
That's my opinion. Thank you for hanging out with me today. We will see you tomorrow on Hump Day.